Hello everybody, it's Mike Levin, Friday, August 19th at about 8:20 a.m. Not quite as early as yesterday, but still, I guess I'll take the fastest route. The A is a bit faster, and it's a nicer walk for these videos. So, it's almost at the point where I can check my YouTube upload list and check what color shirts I've already worn this week. So anyway, yeah, so many things I could possibly talk about. One of my favorites is the fact that I finally installed the Windows Ubuntu Bash shell on Windows 10. Hi there. Good. How about you? Windows Ubuntu Bash shell is now part of the anniversary update of Windows 10, which is a pretty big download. I produced a video, I want to say yesterday, but it began 2 days ago, where I was going to just do a one take, just with pauses, installation, and right up to installing, say, Vim. And I did do that, but that one take was with lots of pauses over the course of 2 days because of really big downloads and install procedures. It's like installing Windows 10 fresh over again from Windows 7. So be ready and put some time aside for it. Make sure you don't have to use that machine for a while, at least during the actual reboot part of it. The download you can continue working. And it is one of those kinds of upgrades that can revert state. So if the update doesn't work out for you, you can go back to your original machine very easily. And that's a good thing, but it makes it take up tons and tons of extra hard drive space, which on my machine right now is a precious commodity because it's a virtual machine under VMWare Fusion on a Mac that's only really running about a 60 gigabyte SSD drive, I believe, if it's even SSD, I think it is, and maybe 4 gigabytes of total program RAM space. So I'm splitting it approximately 2 and 2 now between Windows 10 and whichever OS X is the parent operating system right now. So I got it all the way to the end, installed vim-nox, wrote a quick Python hello world to make sure there was Python syntax highlighting under Vim. And so now, today probably, time allowing, I'll be able to set that up as one of my daily journaling sessions. So I'll actually ease myself into this bash shell by using it just the same way I use shells on every other OS type that I'm on, which is as a way to do my daily journaling at very least, and my actual programming work at most, which you can see in GitHub. A lot of it has been going on under IPython, or actually Jupyter Notebook these days. So that would be a little bloated to bring up under that Windows 10 environment, but that wouldn't be the point after all, would it? Or would it? No, it wouldn't. Anaconda and the Continuum people have solved all that installation dependency stuff for Windows for running Jupyter Notebook. But now we've got another avenue to get Unix/Linux, I guess it is kind of Winix now, isn't it? Compatibility through the genuine Ubuntu Bash shell. Arguably, all dependencies are going to be able to install really elegantly, so long as it's in the repo. So I use some strange stuff like the driver for Amazon Redshift or Postgres. It's a very Postgres-like driver, but it's written specifically for the Amazon service where they offer Postgres-like database, and Postgres. And that's a compiled thing that normally on the Windows side you have to run a .exe installer to get installed properly. Under Mac or Linux systems, it's just a repository install. Bam, it's running on your machine. And so that's always been a problem in doing my work on Windows. To this day, if I try and use virtual machine or virtual environments for Python under Windows, I have an issue of that Amazon Redshift driver dependency not being able to be moved around automatically with the repository installs. So what you have to do is, well, use Anaconda and use all their Conda install stuff and deal with the strange outliers still that exist in Windows. But now that we have the Ubuntu repo in Windows, there's another potential avenue if those strange dependencies are in the repository. So there's probably going to be a catching up time period while the Windows Debian-like repository, well, it might even be the genuine Ubuntu. They say it's actually Ubuntu binaries you're running on this bash shell. So it's very possible that anything supported under Ubuntu, which has a lot of these crazy drivers like Scicop G2 I'm talking about, will just install and work on Windows. And this could become a brand new avenue for existing script compatibility. And I do in fact use the Ubuntu/Kubuntu platform for my cron jobs on the Unix/Linux side. So I might just be able to bring that work over to Windows on sort of a daily basis, which was impossible these days because the closest thing to getting this was either a virtual machine on your Windows machine, which was all this bloat, or it was a Cygwin install, which is not really quite true Linux enough in order to run your scripts unaltered from where, you know, some traditional infrastructure is hosting your code today. If it's something that runs in a cron job on a typical Linux machine, it should now run on Windows. Okay, well, that was an interesting talk. Time for me to hop on the subway. Thanks for joining me. I'll show you a lot more about the Windows bash shell soon as it becomes my daily journaling platform experimentally for a while. And hope to see you again soon, and don't forget to subscribe.